Welcome back to Into the Fear. I am your host, Chainsaw Sammy, and we are halfway to Halloween. Yes, I know it's already halfway here. This year is already halfway gone. That's insane. But joining me this evening, I have Devin, all the way from Sinister Slide Gear. Devin, how you doing?
Great. How are you?
I am great. Oh, so I mean, have you recovered from Transworld yet? I have not recovered from Transworld, and I also just came back from MHC, or not MHC, East Coast Haunters, and then I got MHC in just like 3 weeks. So,
yeah, we're playing catch up. Definitely, I think we're just about caught up with all the orders that came through at Transworld. They swamped us pretty hard, and they typically do there at Transworld. So huge fan of Transworld. Been going for years, and our second year vending, we were able to double the size of our booth, and just made it a lot easier for the customers to come up and make connections with us. Really good year for us at Transworld, and now we're just fulfilling orders, trying to get them out by the end of this month. We should be caught up.
You had a really good spot this year at Transworld. You were right there by the loading dock, so I bet it was a breeze getting everything unloaded from your truck and trailer and then all the way back in. And you had all that space where if you wanted to test out the gear, you had plenty of space to do all that and set it all up. You had a good prime spot this year.
Yeah, definitely. And so last 2 years ago, we had just a 10 by 10. We had a booth on the side of us that was also a 10 by 10. So we kind of acquired that side booth, and absolutely love our spot. It's right at the end of the Pro Era aisle. So you get all the makeup people that are coming down that aisle, and you just run straight into us. Load in and load out is so simple because we're right on the side of that bay there. So that's always a plus too. We don't have to walk the whole floor looking for our booth. And doubling the booth size, bringing that sliding floor this year helped a ton. I think that was the first time that anybody's really slid at Transworld like that. So bringing that little slide floor was a huge plus for us as well.
That was cool to have that. No one else has done that. I wish it was a little bit longer, but it was definitely very cool to have that at your booth, so you can show off, the sparks and say, hey, you want to test the gear out? Here you go. You could do it safely. That was really good.
Absolutely. Yeah, that helped a lot. And there's a lot of haunts that are in the gravel or in the dirt, and they don't really have that nice concrete that a lot of us hope for as sliders. And it's just so simple to make a little platform, just some sheet metal on top of some plywood, and kind of bringing that idea to people's attention is really huge for us as well. So many sales just come from hay rides that are like, oh, we could do that in our hay ride or in our haunted trail. It's like, yeah, it's super easy to make, super affordable. We don't sell that platform. It's only like $120 to make, and you can make them as big as you want. So that was a huge sales point as well for us.
That's really good. Yeah, showing that haunts that just because you have gravel or dirt, hey, you can build these platforms for your sliders, especially for your hay ride. They're not going to see them slide, on the ground because you're on a hay ride. But if you build a platform, now they can see them right at eye view sliding.
And that's what we do at our haunt. We put them on basically grate bins, so they're about the same height as the trailer, and so they slide kind of at the trailer as it's coming, and they have the sparks going and everything. And it's just a really cool effect to have that sliding on your level while you're sitting down. It's just it worked out great, and we get so many compliments about that. So I love sharing the little tricks that do good for Hobbs Grove in Sanger, California, that I work for.
Yes, Dark Acres, you need to order your soon. So Devin, what's great about it is finally a haunter, someone who's a slider, finally is putting their mindset straight into sliding gear. Now, there's multiple companies that sell slider gear, and it's been for years. I bought from multiple different companies, and I've made stuff completely from scratch myself. But finally, there is someone out there strictly focusing on slider gear for sliders. Everything from safety gear to comfort, everything that they need, because sliding is becoming more and more popular.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that was the big goal. I've been attending Transworld for about 10 years. This might be my 11th. So I've been attending as a buyer for Hobbs Grove. Been going for years, and myself as a slider, I've been sliding for, I think this will be my 12th season now. Um, and every year I was always kind of in the back of my head looking for something for my character. And I saw, all these booths and this cool stuff, but I'm like, okay, where's the slide stuff? Like, where's the slide stuff? And I would occasionally, I'd find a clacker or two. It's like, okay, you could probably modify that and make it a slide set. But no one was ever there selling like the knee pads or any of the stuff like that. It was just occasionally you'd come across a clacker glove or something like that. So in 2024, on the way home from Transworld, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go all in. I've been making the gear for my friends for years, and I kind of have an idea of what sliders want or what's comfortable for myself, and kind of reaching out to some of the other sliders that are pretty big in the game. Getting their input and seeing if it was just me that thought that was comfortable or if that was a genuine thing. And most of the people that slide were like, yeah, we want comfortable knee pads. Pretty obvious. Or we want gloves that are interchangeable so you can go from sparking to non-sparking. You're not burning through all that ferro rod when you're just out there practicing for the season. And then I was just like, I really want a kit that has everything in it. So the starter pack is what really put us on the map completely. It's one spot. You go, you get your knee pads, your gloves, your shoes pre-made, everything ready to go. Some of the other industry people, they had one specific thing, whether it was a glove or a sparking mechanism or something like that, but nobody had the full pack where you could just go. And thankfully, Transworld the first year met with a bunch of theme parks, and these theme park, basically it's like I think we deal with the it's like a show supervisor or something along those lines, safety coordinator. So they would go to these different brands, right? They would go to like a skateboard brand and buy the knee pads, or they'd go to Amazon and try to find toe caps, or they'd buy the boots and all this stuff. And once they would buy all this stuff, then they would have to issue it to somebody and pay them the hours to put it together. And that wasn't including, their hours sitting behind the computer. And they're just like, I can go and give you one card and it's just one thing and it's everything shipped done. It's like, yep. So that was really what helped us grow. And then having the support of all the sliders in the industry, backing us up, just, really made us blow up. It's really crazy how fast everything happened.
Well, yeah, because again, there was, like you said, little things here or there, but otherwise, people are like, I really want to get into sliding. I get this question asked a lot, and I'd say, okay, well, here's an Amazon link, and it's all, obviously all different brands, all different this, all different that. Well, now it's convenient with you. You can get everything strictly from your company. But not only that, you can do custom work and sizing, everything. And you could say, do you want extra padding? Do you want no padding? Because you were offering me, you're like, hey, you want to put these sleeves on too, where it's just extra padding inside? And I was like, that's smart, because I used to do that too. I got the like foam pad sleeves that I would put underneath my knee pads just so I had like extra cushion.
Yeah, so the main goal when starting, I just wanted to get everything as quick as possible. So now that we're kind of growing and adapting, I'm really going for the comfort more now. So now I'm adding like different little things like compression sleeves that are just more comfortable and keep everything in place. So we've got the gist of the main line of gear that we have. The Pro Slide is our main line. That's the knee pads, the gloves. So now we're just trying to add little cool things onto it, like our pyro sparking kneecaps that spark, our sparking hand pucks, and then just adding things that are a little more comfortable, and a lot of stuff in the works, going along the lines of adding comfort to the gear.
Yes, because comfort is number one. A lot of things with a lot of sliders and stuff, our knees get worn out very quickly. I'm blessed that I don't have that problem, but I've also been very careful. But I know a lot of actors that just wear and tear over time. it happens. But I'm glad that there's someone out there that is focusing on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was, I mean, safety is a huge goal of ours. And, that's something we will never drop the bar on. I want safety to be first. The last thing I want is we have a lot of, we have a kids starter pack, and we have a lot of kids getting into sliding. And the last thing we want is them to, get a knee pad that's too big for them. If they get it off Amazon, right? It doesn't fit them right. They slide, they scrape their knee, they have a bad first experience, they never want to slide again, right? We want to make it as easy as possible for them to get into it and just have a really good first experience. Because I've even had friends that have tried it, and they scraped up their knee the first couple times. They didn't stretch, they pulled a muscle, and they were like, I'm never doing this again. So we want to make it as comfortable and as just seamless as possible to get into it. And that's where those starter packs really come in handy as well. These kids can get everything they need, the quality gear, and it's a little expensive. I mean, you could get cheaper stuff if you go to Home Depot and buy some Husky pads, but it's just so easy to hurt yourself. That's how I started, with some Husky pads, and I just toughed it out, but it was a pain. I mean, the backs of my legs were bruised up after a night of sliding. It was just miserable, but I stuck with it and kind of started coning in on what made it more comfortable for me. But it's not very easily accessible, and it wasn't back then. And having a spot now where it's pretty easily accessible, you can see all your sizes, the measurements. This is what I need, and if it doesn't fit, we're more than happy to switch it out for something that does. We'll as long as you're not out there sliding on it and then you try to exchange it, then we're good. If it's new gear, and I can't stress that enough to our customers, if you try the gloves on and they feel too big, please don't use them. Message me. I'll swap them out in a week. We'll get you taken care of so it fits.
Well, that was me when it comes to gear. I'm tall, but I'm skinny. So finding stuff to fit was always a challenge for me. That came from costumes to just regular clothes. I finally have to make everything on my own. Biggest thing I noticed when it came to starting in the industry is, you had to find what you could when it came to slider gear, because sliding just wasn't as common.
Absolutely.
About it started to get more popular about 10 years ago, but further back than that, 10 years before that, wasn't very common. They existed, but it wasn't very common. It was common for actors to wear knee pads and elbow pads and steel-toed shoes, and that was just to protect themselves. But then people started saying, hey, that steel-toe plate inside that boot, slide on that. Use it as a shoe puck. So then you could protect your toes from scraping on the ground. And then, hey, anybody ever heard of roller derby? They got like the best knee pads around. Yep. You can't destroy them suckers. I mean, no, I've seen people put holes in them. Dalton did that. He had it looked like a bullet hole about that big in his knee pad, and he has no idea how it happened.
Yeah, it'll happen. It'll definitely happen.
He's like, hey, Sam, you think these knee pads are going to last me like another week or so? And I'm like, why? Who shot you in the knee? It was like that big. I'm like, who shot you in the knee? I don't know how I got that hole, but I think they'll last me another week. And I'm like, yeah, you do you, bud.
Love Dalton too. Such a great dude.
He is. And yeah, he's basically sliding on one knee pad at that point, because the other one with the big hole in it, he's catching every corner. I'm like, what a trooper. But you only got one more week left of haunting. So it's like, why are you going to go online and spend another $100 to $200 on another set of knee pads that you're not going to need for another year?
Exactly.
So I think that's what was going through his head. He's like, screw it.
Yeah,
I'm like that.
Out. You got one
I'm like
week.
that. Towards the end of the season, it's like, man, I only got a few more days of this. I don't need to buy nothing new.
Yep.
Get that 100.
What's crazy for us too is you would think like October would be our biggest month, but it's actually November for some reason. I think it's just a lot of haunters that are getting paid out, and they're just re-upping on their gear for the year. We have a lot of theme parks and stuff that purchase the gear for their actors, but there still are a lot of actors that buy their own gear, like the actors from Knott's and stuff like that. So come November, I'm like, what the heck? Like, this is crazy. Like,
They're
we're
prepping for
almost
next year.
absolutely. And so they're just stocking up on the gear. I typically run some discounts. You know, we do the Black Friday sale and all that. And we just have a really good year. Honestly, the only slow season for us is basically January and February, and then come March it's Trans World, and then it's on and cracking again. So I mean, this year or this coming year, it'll be February, end of February for Trans World. So we'll see how that goes for us. Those February Trans Worlds, driving from California, we hit some weather. So we're just kind of praying we'll get there safely. We've caught some snow in Oklahoma before, so those early Februarys, I'm like, oh, or
I
late
know.
Februarys, just a couple weeks makes a huge difference. So I always enjoy the mid to late March Trans Worlds myself, but we'll get there one way or another.
I was about to tell you, same. I prefer towards the end of March. I live here in St. Louis. February is the worst month when it comes to weather. It is freezing cold. You get ice. Tornado season is just upon. So sometimes we'll get
So windy.
tornadoes. It's super windy. Did I
Yep.
mention it's cold and gross? Everything's dead. Well, at least in March, it rains a lot, but I'll take the rain over it being below negative freezing. Plus, we get snow and we don't, well, really, we don't get snow. We get slush with ice underneath.
Yep.
So everyone I know says that. They're like, yeah, it's great that it's in early February because then you got time to prep for East Coast and MHC and then build season. But at the same time, it's like, it sucks in St. Louis, though.
Yeah,
You want to
definitely.
avoid the city during that time because it was way too cold. Plus, it's Mardi Gras. I got time to party with Mardi Gras. Every year, it likes to fall around the same weekends. It was very nice this year with them being a month apart.
Yep, definitely.
But it is what it is. Transworld goes by whatever the America Center says they can put on the show. So
Absolutely. I'll be there no matter when it is. It could be in
exactly.
December and I'll be there.
I live here, so for me, it's like, oh, what's going on this weekend? Sweet.
So cool.
I hear my credit card squealing, but it's okay.
Yeah, we got a short little 29-hour drive from Central California where I'm.
Ooh. Oh no, thank you. I'll take my 1 hour from my house to the downtown. All right, so we got tons of people in the comments right now. We got Decent. We also have John, the Haunt Informer. Also, Dark Acres is in the house as well. And we got a few other viewers as well. Guys, if you have any questions, please feel free. But Devin, let's get on some photos right here of the gear itself.
Sweet. Yeah. So these are actually our clacker gloves. So last year we got asked a lot at Trans World about just clackers. There was a lot of haunts that don't have sliders that just kind of want that eerie, creepy noise. Actually, I have one right here. And so I was like, you know what? We have all the stuff. We're already doing it. That the only difference really is we're just removing that Velcro that's stitch in. So the slider gloves would have Velcro on the palm. These clackers are just no Velcro, standard, like a mechanic's glove. And they just make a really cool sound. So, right, they're just your classic clacker sound. Super affordable. I've seen some vendors over the years just charge a crazy amount for them, like
That they
crazy
do.
amount. I think ours at Trans World are like $65 or something, just super affordable. I try to keep our prices as low as possible. It's not easy being a haunter. A lot
No.
of us don't make a lot of money. So keeping my prices affordable is just the number one thing. And that will always be right there with the safety, keeping the prices low. I didn't get in this to be a millionaire. I'm not trying to be a millionaire. I just want,
No.
the sliding industry to really boom. I want to see people in quality gear that are loving, the activity or the art of haunt sliding. And there's a lot of others that like do show stuff, and I don't do that. I'm not the jumping kind of backflip
Oh yeah.
slider.
All the
There's
tricks.
there's a lot of those, but I'm not a trickster. this gear, it could be used there. We have a lot of the tricksters that I call them, that use the Sinister gear and swear by it. But myself, I just do it to scare people, just to scare the shit out of people. That's always my goal. But just seeing it grow into that whole sport style, it is crazy what some of these sliders can do now. It's like
It's insane.
unbelievable. Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
insane.
So I don't do that myself, but happy to provide the gear that is comfortable for those that do wish to do it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy with all the different tricks. I mean, I've done a few where we would do chainsaw battling and then, slide underneath each other. And then we'll have like 5 to 10 of us lined up and see who can slide all the way underneath all those people. Of course, sliding in between customers in the queue line. I mean, there's so many different things.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's about where I think I've done under people a few times, but it just never really comes. I'm the only slider at my haunt. We have some in the hay ride and stuff, but I'm the only midway slider. So it very rarely comes up where I would slide underneath somebody. I might mess with one of the security guards. But man, some of these people are like jumping over like 8 people. It's like, God dang. I'm too old for that now. I'm past my prime on that. I should have learned that 10 years ago if I wanted to.
Again, it's going to continue to evolve.
Absolutely.
And people are going to come up
I'm here for it. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
All right, so I had a question from the Haunt Informer. So, best advice for sliding with the sparking pucks?
So I treat them the same way as I do with the non-sparking. If you're wearing any type of, my biggest advice, I guess I would say, is if you're wearing any type of loose clothing with like strings or cloths, I would highly recommend spraying some fire retardant on it just to be safe. Especially with our pyro kneecaps, those really spark the hands as well. So we've had a couple of customers kind of set themselves on fire a little bit. So highly recommend. And there's so many disclaimers when you're on our website checking out about the seriousness of these sparks, right? If you're sliding in hay, it could catch fire. So just fire retardant is huge if you are doing that. But other than that, I just slide with them the same way I would slide with the non-sparking pucks. The heavier you are on your hands, the more sparks you'll get. All pretty straightforward stuff. If you're really light on your hands, you can kind of adjust the level of pressure you put on them as you're sliding, and that helps. If you're heavier on your hands, you'll get some longer sparks, I guess you would say. But yeah, I just treat them the same. Also, advice would be don't use the sparking stuff during daylight when it's when you're just practicing, because you're just burning through those for no reason. Basically, save those for the show. They do slide very similar. You can figure them out within a couple slides, and just save them for nighttime when it's actually going to really pop.
Yeah. So, John, so I've had to replace mine. So that's why I'm going to probably start buying from Devin. So I've had to replace mine multiple times because, yeah, you overuse them and eventually they don't spark anymore. And then it's like this big bulky block on my hand for no reason. So, yeah, you want to use all your stuff lightly. Use it for when you're ready to show off, when the cameras are rolling. Otherwise, when you're practicing, don't have anything, just your regular sliding gear on.
Absolutely. And that's one of the reasons I did the Velcro compatibility, right? So our pucks, whether they're sparking or non-sparking, they're Velcro. So if you're going showtime, you can put your sparks on, you just pop them off, put your other ones on. And this is like some super heavy duty industrial Velcro. So they're not going to fall off when you're sliding. They're basically the same Velcro that's tied into the knee pads or the kneecaps. So it's just so convenient to be able to swap this out if you're sliding for fun or practicing, or if it's showtime and you want to shoot sparks. And another reason we did the no spark pucks is not only for practicing. Some of the theme parks we sell to, they cannot have sparks. They are it's a liability. So we offer the non-sparking stuff as well, as well as replacement gear for all of this, right? So if your gloves go out or your sparks go out on your pucks, it's like an extra $20 or something like that. Don't quote me on the prices. I'm not, but yeah, you just buy the whole spark puck again, and the spark pucks. So they are embedded about the ferro rods are embedded about halfway through the puck. So once you get to that point where it's halfway through the puck, these rods will basically kind of fall out. And then you could still use these as a non-sparking puck or a clacker. A lot of you could still get that nice sound for them. So they'll last a long time. I mean, I wouldn't recommend anybody to just throw this puck away, because you could just use it as a non-sparking. You could still give it to one of your scene partners and they can use it as a noise maker. So many different things you could do with them.
See, there you go. Multi. Love it.
Absolutely.
Best advice for sliding for the first time on your knees.
Oh, best advice. I train people a little differently. I always encourage starting on all fours first and then kind of work your way up to the knees only. That's the best practice for me. But I have started getting into training teams kind of all around this area and going to Utah to do some training. So I like to start with all fours, but I've had a lot of people that can't do it that way. They have to start with the knees only. So it's kind of just a personal preference, what feels comfortable for you. I started on my hands and knees and then kind of worked my way up to just doing knee slides without the hands. But it's all kind of just what feels comfortable for you. I would say master whichever one you feel comfortable with first, and then start training on the other one. So for me, it was sliding on all fours. And then I started to kind of train myself to slide just on my knees when I first started. So whatever feels comfortable for you. Just don't go too hard to your first time, because you'll be sore in areas that you never thought you could be sore in. Just kind of one of those muscle things where, if you put in a full shift, you'll feel it the next day. So recovery is huge. Just stretch before you do it. Absolutely. Stretching is crucial. And just take it easy. Don't try to run before you can crawl, as they say, or start slowly and work your way up.
As an active scare haunter, guys, you have to stay in shape, and it gets harder as you get older. Now, of course, I'm still young, fairly, but it gets harder as you get older. So yeah, you got to stay in shape. When it comes to season, you need to eat clean the best you can. I know it's hard, but you got to eat clean, stretch, work out. Okay, you don't have to be no gym bro or anything crazy. You don't have to be meal prepping like crazy. You don't have to do any of that. It's just eat the best you can. Take it easy with the energy drinks, because that's how you get the crash out. Yep. And stretch, take care of yourself. And believe me, you can go a lot further than you thought.
Absolutely. Stay hydrated.
Yes. And energy drinks and soda is not staying hydrated. You need water. You need Gatorade.
Water.
Yes, water, and then Gatorade, or even the electrolyte powder that you can buy to put in your water bottle.
Liquid IV. We use a lot of that at our hunt.
Yep. All right, so I got another question here. Have there been any sliders who have utilized body parts outside of their hands and knees, like hips, side boots, for baseball slides? I mean, I've seen it. But
baseball slides? I mean, I've seen all kinds of crazy different slides. Yeah, definitely. I've seen people slide sideways and backwards and all that stuff.
I think I got a video here where I might be side slipping.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. That was over at Blood Prison. My helper there, that is Hatter from Dead City Circus Slideshow.
Love that.
I know I got one where I was sliding sideways. It might be this video. Yes, that was it, where I went full one knee sideways.
Love that.
Thank you. It's like, I know one of these videos has it where I was one knee in it sideways. There's so many different things you could do. Obviously you've seen where I do the spinning, sliding underneath someone. When I'm with another slider, we've done it where we would slide underneath and I would run up, catch you by the hand, and you would do a somersault. I mean, there's so many endless possibilities.
So cool. Absolutely.
It's
only getting better.
It's only getting better because it's all about your imagination of what you can come up with. So if you want to try it, absolutely be safe about it. Make sure you have your gear on and you have a spotter in case something happens and someone's got to call 911.
Absolutely.
You never know. And yes, the sliders at Talon Falls, they were awesome. They were cool guys out there.
Yes, a couple of them are in Sinister Gear. Super fortunate for them. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go see them. I was busy setting up that day at Transworld that they did the event, but great people, great sliders, just a great event.
It was fun for us to go and mess around with the Christmas stuff during the daytime. Pongo was riding with us on the train, and we went by, and there's just all this handmade art. And they were like these elves, but these elves looked like they were on acid. And we're just looking and we're all like, what the hell? And he's like, hey, someone painted that.
Pongo's awesome. Love that dude.
Pongo and Slider Jesus are the ones that got me inspired to start trying sliding. We had sliders at the Darkness, but obviously it was very basic, nothing crazy. We had no sliders at a Creepy Roll because Creepy Roll's all dirt and gravel. So I decided, well, I'm going to put on the full gear plus shin guards and give it a try. And believe it or not, I could slide. It wasn't perfect, but it still scared the customers because they don't expect you to go on the ground. And they're like, oh my God.
Absolutely.
And getting dragged by the hayride. I grab the bed of the hayride and I get dragged. So I don't recommend that. That's so dangerous, but
so cool though. So worth it if you pull it off. If you don't die.
And that's what it was. It's like, I'm the actor manager. You know what? I can do it. I'll just yell at myself later.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love seeing all that stuff. And Slider Jesus and Pongo Joe, when they started blowing up the internet, it was so cool to see sliders just completely take over TikTok and all that stuff. It was like, this is awesome.
I would tell you the coolest thing is, so I know them from coming and guest act at the Darkness for Transworld, but that video of them two sliding battle right in front of the Darkness is still one of the best videos out there. That was just incredible. You have two iconic people of the industry sliding and battling it out. I was like, we need more of that again. I know there used to be a lot of slider meetups at the conventions and stuff, but I know it's died down over the years because everybody's just getting tired. You're so busy on the show floors. So by the time the afternoon comes, you're like, man, I just want to eat and then go sit and chill out.
Yep, absolutely.
Yes, decents. That's why you choose and continue.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Decents.
I know. I heard about that.
I heard about it too, and I saw some videos of people at East Coast, and there was quite a bit of Sinister Gear out there, which is awesome. It's crazy how Florida, I believe, and like basically Midwest is like so primarily Sinister Gear. It's like amazing to see because I'm way over here in California, so you think you'd think that I would be like the California guy, but man, Midwest shows up. I'm like, what's up, dude?
Midwest and East Coast is where the haunters are. I mean, you guys got plenty of haunts up there in California and all on the West Coast, but you guys are big states and everything's spread out. I've talked about this with multiple haunters with the West Coast side of haunting. All the haunts are spread out from each other. While in the Midwest And up in the East Coast, especially on the East Coast, because those states get smaller and smaller as further north you go. And they're all just smacked and piled together. And there's so many great haunts, everything from the pros to the home haunts that wound up blowing up the internet. And the Midwest is very much the same too. Anywhere where there's a metropolitan city, there's haunts all scattered all around that area. Especially Chicago. I mean, Chicago is like there's a haunt, like McDonald's, like every corner there's a haunt.
Yep. So cool. Yeah, probably 99% of my my slide team, Sinister Slide team, is Midwest. I want to say. I think Sparky's in Canada, but other than that, most of them are in Midwest, Chicago, just Illinois area. But I like traveling haunters. That's what I tend to look for. When we bring somebody on, I like to kind of touch a lot of ground. So we bring on haunters that are visiting several places or plan to visit several places. And I get asked a lot about how to be a sponsor and becoming a sponsor. So there's the answer to that question that's going to get asked eventually. That's really what we look for. It's just somebody that's, got a good name, a good reputation in the industry, and somebody that travels and visits several haunts, and they can kind of talk about our gear and show people what they got. That's kind of what we look for, more than just somebody with 1 million followers or whatever. That's
good. I think we need to talk a little bit more after the show in private.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right. So Descent says that he's going to be the first slider at his haunt. Congratulations.
Yes. That's always fun. I was the first at my haunt.
And yes, John, Haunt Informer. Yes, Midsummer Scream. We were talking about that. That's on my bucket list too. I think we need to get the crew together and go down and visit Devin over at Midsummer Scream within the next couple of years or so.
Let's go. We'll be there every year. It's a fun show. They have a really good after party. It's got some trans world vibes. It's just a little more for the haunt consumer, the haunt fans.
It's for the Halloween enthusians.
Yep, exactly. But they still have a really good after party. The hotels are popping, just like Trans World. They do the Hall of Shadows, which has probably 9 or 10 haunted houses that set up in there. Some good local haunted houses set up, and then you have your good California based haunt vendors like Immortal Mask is there every year and stuff like that. So we trickle in some of the OG Trans World folks in there.
Yeah. George, they're good people.
absolutely.
Amazing masks, great crew, just absolute talent. I mean, half of his crew was on the show Face Off. I mean, they're absolutely just talented people over there. Every year, those masks get better and better when it comes to details and just creature designs. I'm like, do you guys ever sleep? Like, and how do you come up with these designs? Like that's insane. You want to pick their brains so bad.
The only downside to vending at Trans World is now I don't get to walk the floor like I used to. So the last 2 years, I really haven't been able to leave my booth, which is a great thing because it's so busy and everybody wants to ask questions. But man, I miss out on all the cool shit. And I'm like, dang it, Immortal used to be my go-to. I would go hang out there for like 45 minutes and look at every single mask and touch them and stuff. Oh, I loved it. So that's the only downside to the whole Trans World, taking up your full weekend. I get to walk around once we get set up. I get to walk around with the old lady for a few minutes, but nothing's really set up or anything. And I try to go buy some t-shirts and stuff before the storm happens.
Yes, the calm before the storm.
Absolutely.
Yes, cannot wait to use the gear. So let's go back to what you had at your booth. So you had the sliding board. So here's some videos I got of me using that board.
Oh, that's right.
Shout out to Slider Jesus.
Yeah, he got that really good picture of us too.
Yes.
that was a good vision. He called that one. He's like, I just got a vision. And that was that picture where it's like behind me and your face is awesome.
I know when he took that photo and I posted that.
It's like one of my favorite photos from Transworld, actually. I was like, that is good.
It was a good marketing photo because it's got your logo right there on the back of it. You got me holding and interviewing you with the microphone. I'm like, that's good marketing to post on social media. Be like, hey, I was interviewed and talking about my products and blah, blah, blah. Come stop by the booth. And you can even advertise it for whatever show. It doesn't have to just be for Transworld. You could have it advertised for your next show that you got to go to.
Absolutely. That's my go-to setup. I think I'm kind of dialing in the way I want the booth to look at every show. I do want a bigger slide floor, so that's in the works. I just I have to get another 10 by 10 or something.
I mean,
it's not cheap.
As long as you don't get anyone that goes and puts next to you, you got plenty of room there.
Absolutely. That's a big spot right there.
That's a very big spot.
And behind me is there's some space behind me too.
That's true. You got space behind you too. I know a lot of people hang out there, but yeah, you can put more back there. Yeah, that will definitely be cool for next year in the future. Absolutely.
Work in progress.
Yep. It's just a work in progress. Takes time, but hey, you're doing good. Keep
Absolutely.
it up.
Yeah, I doubled the booth size from last year and it paid for itself. So that's always good.
And yes, John, we did talk a little bit about Monster Palooza. So that's another bucket list show for me. Midsummer Scream, Monster Palooza. Obviously, I want to check out Halloween Horror Nights on the Hollywood side. I've been to Orlando's countless times, but I've never been to Hollywood's side. Not Scary Farms and the 17th Door are some big numbers.
17th Door is a good one. Absolutely. Love 17th Door. Very good one. And Six Flags Fright Fest is pretty good out here too. They have quite a few sliders, probably about 20 sliders or so.
Is that they do Magic Mountain?
Yep, that would be Magic Mountain. Yep. That's a really, really cool event. And I know our buddy John Cook with Plague Productions, he does stuff with them and the Magic Mountain thing. So they always have a really good show. And a sweet slideshow too that they do.
Heck yeah.
And Dark Harbor is right there too.
I forgot about Dark Harbor because it's back.
It's a very good slideshow. They probably have the best slideshow I would say I've seen ever. They have a whole slider alley, it's called, and those guys get down. They're amazing. And a really cool haunt. Just the fact that you're inside of the Queen Mary is so cool. They've got a bunch of haunts that go into the boat, and you're like, it's crazy. It is very cool.
Yes, we need more sliders at home haunts. Now, it definitely depends on you got blacktop or you got that really crappy concrete floor that your knee pads aren't going to slide on at all. So it definitely depends on what your roads are like, or if you are willing to build a platform like Devin did at the show. So that is an idea for home haunters to start doing more sliding stuff. I used to slide at my buddy's home haunt, and that was fun doing it in his garage because that was like on ice. That was like on ice.
Definitely.
There was no brakes. The wall was my brake.
for ours, you won't get the best sparks on that, but man, you will just slide for days.
I do have to watch it with the sparks though, because I do have spark plugs on those, but when I slide with the chainsaw, I don't wear the gloves because I can't operate my chainsaws.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm a little bit of a fire hazard with my gas powered chainsaws. I am going to be switching to haunt saw here in the future.
Nice.
Just so I can start doing more tricks and more things without worrying about catching fire.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you were killing it with those things at the booth.
That just gave me an idea when you're like, hey, Sammy, please try out my gear and let me know how you like it. And I was like, hold on. And then, of course, I have my audience behind me, some few friends of mine, and they're like, Sammy, where's your chainsaw? And I'm like, I'll be right back.
Yes, that worked out great.
Oh, heck. Let's pull up some videos of that.
Love that video.
That's probably one of my favorite videos I've done in a while.
That one was awesome. How heavy are those chainsaws?
So those chainsaws are very light. I
Okay.
wouldn't even say they're 10 pounds. I mean, they're very light.
Wow.
So yeah, Skip was supposed to be our second just joining us tonight, but unfortunately, he's just still recovering from East Coast, and he had some other stuff going on. So he'll be on the show sometime this year. But yeah, definitely going to do some more future chainsaw stuff with him, because the gas powered ones, obviously I can't travel with them because of TSA rules. You can't bring a gas powered, tool on the airplane, all that good jazz. But those, I can travel with those.
So cool. That's awesome.
Because as a traveling actor, I prefer to drive, but sometimes I do fly. So if I have to fly, I do travel with a huge case. But again, I can't bring the gas powered tools with me. So at least now those chainsaws I can. So that's the future works.
That's a great option.
Yeah, I can't give too much away, but it's future stuff coming soon. All right. So any advice on the people to watch to improve sliding or learning tricks?
Anybody on the Sinister Slide team. They are all amazing, man. It's like choosing your favorite child. All of them are so good. They all have their unique things. What you're wanting to get into. If you're a sparking kind of guy, then obviously Slider Jesus is probably going to be your guy, or Sparky. They hence the name. Those are the ones that are shooting flames. And if you're looking for more technical, then Dalton's doing some crazy stuff. I've seen him slide on his elbows. It's like he's doing like handstand slides.
Him and Cupcake, they did the chair one time. So Cupcake used to have the chair at Evil Intentions back in the day, and he used to, and it was at an incline. He would slide down the incline on the chair.
Crazy. Yeah. So we're just fortunate to have so many badasses on the team. I just kind of depending on what you're actually looking to get into. For tricks, probably Dalton, I would say, is a good one to follow. I don't think he posts that much on social, though. I'm going to have to get on him about that. I think he's not posting that much, but you can message him, and I'm sure he'll help you out. We just got a lot of awesome sliders. Danny Panic is great. Rob is great. Merv sliding at the booth at Transworld was the first, and how cool was that? There's just a lot of good people on there.
There's so many people that you could reach out to. I can leave the list of names that you can reach out. So just hit me up and I'll leave you the list of names that everyone you could reach out to. They'd be glad to show you. If not, you can follow them on their social media and just watch videos that they post.
Absolutely. And Sammy, of course, she's sliding with fucking chainsaws. I'm pretty sure she could teach you a thing or two.
That I can. So if you have any questions, just reach out to me. I'd be glad to help you. I can even send you some demo videos and explain it to you the best that I can. But yeah, I do not recommend always sliding with a chainsaw because it can be dangerous. So get the sliding part down first. I was a chainsaw runner first, so I already had that arm and shoulder strength. I was already doing crazy cool tricks with the chainsaws long before I started sliding. Once I got the sliding part mastered, then I started slowly incorporating those in. I've only got as good as I am now because it took years to build up. So definitely don't just say, I'm going to go buy the biggest chainsaw at Home Depot and buy some Sinister sliding gear, and I'm going to go out there and just slide with a chainsaw, because it is very dangerous. You're working with a power tool. Even if you buy an electric one, you're still working with a power tool that could hurt you. So
absolutely. And that's actually how I came up as well. I was a chainsaw for like 10 years. I think this is my 31st year. I started when I was 7. 31 years in the hunt industry.
I'm on 19. I'm right behind you.
It's been a long run. But man, when I was 7, I always wanted to be a chainsaw. That was my go to. I probably was able to do the chainsaw at maybe about 12, I think. And then I did it for a good probably 10 years. And then started sliding and then did some sliding with the chainsaw, but our midway isn't really set for that. We have it's kind of family friendly at Hobbs Grove. So our midway we'll do some scary characters, but chainsaws still scare the shit out of people. And it just they cause a riot. Like people go running. So they're trying to enjoy their line dancing and stuff, and I didn't want to go out there and just ruin their time by chasing them around. I did sometimes, but I was reprimanded for that.
Oh, I do that at Woods of Terror all the time. So we have our dance floor right there because Woods of Terror is mostly gravel, but we have the dance floor right there, and a lot of the sliders. That's what we use. That's the only place we can really slide unless we want to eat the gravel. But we'll go and slide on there. And oh yeah, as soon as they line dance, if I'm not line dancing with them, I'll go and see. As soon as I got a pocket and I slide in between them, it is so funny to watch them just stop and go, "Woo!"
That's exactly what I do. Yeah, I always slide, find my little pockets when they're on the dance floor. But yeah, Ember from Woods of Terror. I've seen a bunch of videos, and that it looks like she slides on that wood pretty easily. Looks like it's pretty nice.
So we do have sliders inside the haunt, inside the clown area, and that's where I got to act this past season. Normally, I'm always in the midway. I have one of the actor managers come up and ask me, "Hey, our slider's having a hard time. Can you go in and show her some moves?" What I realized the issue was, it's just such a big scene that I was like, okay, this is not a one actor scene. You're killing your slider in here. So once her and I went in there and we tag team, I taught her a couple tricks to do. And then of course I taught her our sign language of when to go or what trick are we going to do with this group and whatnot. Cause I was right there by the customers coming in while she's towards the exit. So I would give her a hand signal of this is the trick we're doing to get this group, or I'm going to go first. You're going to go next. And oh my God, we were freaking riot.
Love that. That's some next level shit right there. There's the sign language and everything. Man, I'm gonna note that one down.
This means we're gonna cross.
Yep.
This means I get them first, you get them second. So it's very simple stuff. Nothing actually, not real sign language, but it's just where I would tell her how big that group is. And also I would look and count. I'd be like, like there's 12, all that.
Yeah, that's good communication. I love that.
That's from years of tag teaming with actors when you got to be quiet so customers don't hear you talking. So, or the scene is too loud where you can't even hear yourselves talk even if you tried. So you would learn sign language.
No visual cue or anything like that.
Yep.
That's great.
Yes, the chainsaw actors and the Lincoln Mill. Oh, Devin, you really missed East Coast. East Coast was freaking wild.
I know. I wanted to go. It's just so close to freaking Transworld. I was like, dang it, I'm in like grind mode. I really want to shoot for I think Midwest because of how predominant we are there. I really want to go see my people in Midwest. Probably won't make it this year, but next year I'm gonna just make it happen. I really, really want to be there. And they do a tour too, right? It's like a pre-tour. I've never been to MHC or East Coast.
So they do their show a little bit different from Transworld. So Transworld is the big business show. Mm-hmm. They are bringing like the haunt tours back. They always have the Darkness and the Lempury open almost every year. But this year they brought in Tala Falls on Wednesday. But it's kind of hard for the vendors because that's their final day to set up because come Thursday is actual showtime.
Yep.
But
that's why I can make it.
With East Coast and MHC, they're only 2 days so far. I heard there's talks eventually there's going to be more days, but it's only a 2-day show. So Thursday and Friday are haunt tours. So Thursday, it's like, depending on where they go, sometimes it could wound up being all day, sometimes only half a day, depending how far they got to take the buses and drive. But they do a pre-tour, and then they do Friday night tour, which is usually 2 attractions. And then for East Coast, Saturday will be a haunt, or one year we did Otherworld. If it's kind of like Meow Wolf, where it's just like this unique, immersed place. And that's where they had the Saturday night party. So the past 2 years, we had the first year was Otherworld. The next year was at the prison for Halloween nights. That was really cool because you got to tour the prison and see everything. And then, of course, they had the party, food, drinks. It was good. This year, they had it at Shocktoberfest. And thank Shout out to the Shocktoberfest crew because they had to deal with the pouring down rain. The place was drenched. They're out there laying hay down, got the tent up, trying to keep us all dry and comfortable. Shout out to that staff because they put a show together for us, and we thought we were going to get rained out. For MHC, they do have a ball. So Thursday and Friday are haunt tours, and then Saturday, Sundays, the convention. But MHC has the actual ball where everybody dresses up, and some of the Chicago people bring out the best costumes. Their costume contest is great.
Oh, I'm there for that. I'm all about the haunts. I want to see them all. I just went to my first legendary this year, and oh my gosh, it was like.
Are you coming back to legendary this year? Because you know where it's at.
I have to because I've got a lot of gear at Spooky Woods, and I got a lot of gear at Woods of Terror. So I don't think I have an option. I have to.
No, you don't have an option. You have to come.
I got to support. So, I mean, it's got to be some kind of write-off, right? I'm going to support my brand. It's a write-off.
It's a write-off.
Absolutely. So yes, that is on my list. I want to go to Legendary every year because, man, those haunts that we saw, Fear Factory was so good, and just make so many good connections with people on those trips. Getting to hang with the haunters, and then connecting with the staff there. It led us to doing a training with Fear Factory, Salt Lake City. Yep. So that's huge. And then in the talks with Nightmare on 13th, might go down there while I'm there and kind of talk with them. But it's just awesome to get out. I love getting out of this little office and going and seeing haunts. Even if they don't buy gear, I don't give a shit. I want to see some haunts. I'm like, let's go.
And legendary is legendary. I mean, this year is insane. Woods of Terror is finally on the legendary tour, and joining them is Lake Hickory and Spooky Woods. I mean,
Lake Hickory, that's right. They buy our clackers. So, and I need to get Ryan in some slide gear. I think they might need to build a platform. I don't think I've seen any sliders out there. So I missed them. I saw them walk by a couple times this year. They bought some clackers last year, but we need to get some sliders over there at Lake Hickory. So that's why I have to go. That's my mission.
It's legendary. You have to go no matter who's on the tour. It's legendary. You know they're going to be legendary haunts. But this year in 2026 is definitely a very crazy year. Yes. And it's only halfway. We are halfway to Halloween.
Woods of Terror is on the top of my must-see list. I mean, they are there. So I got to see it. I've heard so much, and just talking with Ed and all them, man, that's such a cool crew. Like, I want to go. I want to guest act there, actually. It's what I really want to do. But I will definitely put it on my list. I'm going to Legendary.
I cannot bring in any spoilers whatsoever, but Woods of Terror this year is going to be like it's never been before. They're bringing back a lot of the old school along with the new school. It's going to be insane. It is going to be putting the L in Legendary.
Can't wait. That'll be that'll be on the list. I'm gonna have to tell my girl right now to put her PTO in, myself as well, because we're going.
Put that PTO in right now. I already got all mine in for the year.
Those day jobs are a killer.
I understand. Here. Today was my only day off, and I was happy I got my house clean. I rode my horse, and now I'm down here talking to you. And then a little bit later on, I'm going to go and start working on some costumes. I got a costume to get done for MHC. So
very cool.
Yeah. All right. So Devin, what are like your future plans with the company? Obviously, we talked about like future trips you're ready to take, other companies you're wanting to do some business and networking with. But what do you see in the future of like just new gear, any new ideas? You got anything that are like in the works right now?
Yeah, so we definitely have some stuff in the works. I try not to disclose too much of the stuff until it's ready to launch. there is a lot of behind the scenes testing that goes on, right? All of this stuff is not a sure shot, right? But there's a lot of molds that have been made that just don't work the way we want them to, right? So we don't really release anything until it's definitely going to work and it's going to be safe, right? The last thing we want is to just try to make a quick buck by releasing something that's not going to work. So we really take pride in testing our gear, making sure that it's ready for the market before we drop it, right? We don't drop anything until it's completely proven. And we've had a couple of our team try it, test it, make sure it works. So I try not to really talk about anything that's coming out right away until it's been through that, because a couple of these things have not been through that. It's still in the mold phase, and the molds are super expensive. It's crazy. But so yeah, we definitely have some things in the works that will launch before this haunt season. Hopefully, I'm hoping for late August, early September. A couple new products launching, and yeah, just doing collabs and really trying to help support the community. Macabre intentions, yes, I'm wearing the hat. That's the stuff that I really love to do. I love giving back to the community where we can. Let's Scare Cancers, awesome, such a good organization. I was fortunate enough to be able to get with Joe over at Macabre, and we did a cool collab for that. It was a killer costume. Made some good money. So those are the things I really like to do, and I want to see the business do more of. I think that the bigger we get, the more we'll be able to help. We are still a little guy, right? But the more we grow, the more we'll be able to hopefully give back to the community. And I really am proud of what we do, for considering how small we are. We donate to basically everything we can. We give starter packs to what is it? Don't Be a Monster this year. Let's Scare Cancer. HAA every year. Couple starter packs to them for the live auction. And you know who we missed was Hunters Against Hate. Do they do an auction?
Yes, calling them do one as well.
That bummed me out too, because they came by and they signed a thing, and I was like, gosh dang it, I missed one. My goal is to always donate to anybody that's like taking donations, and that was the one we missed. So noted for next year. Hunters Against Hate, we're on it. But that's my big goal for the brand, is to just grow, come out with the most comfortable gear, keep that standard super high, and keep kind of paving the road for others that are sliding, or others that are making their own gear, kind of our tutorials and how we make it, and hopefully it's good advice and they can take it. We are not about hiding any of our tricks or tips, right? We'll tell you exactly how we make the gear, how it's cut, everything, what glue we're using, not trying to hoard any information, more than open, and all of our customers know this. More than happy to share our tricks and what we do to kind of make the gear. And a lot of people still like the DIY stuff, and that's how it started. So we are not against that. We sell all the replacement stuff so you can do it yourself, and we will happily show you how to do it yourself if you're having trouble with it. So that's I guess that's the goal. Just kind of stay on top and keep coming out with new shit and bring in cool people on to help support the brand, and just get to more of these events and quit my day job eventually would be the main goal. Oh shit. I hope nobody on my day job is listening. Just kidding. I mean, stay with my day job for the rest of my life, but also make some badass slide gear.
Oh, it's okay. I do the same thing with mine. I'm like, yeah, if they're watching in, they're watching in. Who cares? What y'all gonna do? Fire me?
Yeah, exactly. They need me. Be all right.
All right. So here is a picture of the kit that you have, your starter kit.
Yes, that is it. So that was the first vision when I was thinking about the brand and what I wanted to do. I couldn't decide if I wanted to, go in with like a skateboard company like 888 or 187. That was kind of predominantly the standard. Those Derby Pros that you talked about, right? The roller derby knee pads were pretty standard in the industry. And my first thought was, I'm just going to be a supplier for them or a distributor for them. And went through it, got approved, and then just had the realization. I was like, I could do this and wholesale somebody else's product, right? But it's not going to bring a lot in, and I won't be able to do a lot to manage my prices, right? You got to meet MSRP and blah, blah, blah. And there's just all these things. And I was like, I'm just going to make my own knee pads and just make them the way that I would want them to be, right? Little less bulky on the sides. There are some things we kind of mimicked from 187, some things we mimicked from Smith scabs, and just kind of made them our own. And the main feature that sets us apart is the inside of ours that's like memory foam. And that was something that was like non-negotiable for me. I was like, I want this super memory foam. So you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see it here, but it like really absorbs. It's like a Tempur-Pedic kind of memory foam. So it really absorbs the blow to the knees. That was my main goal. I was like, you know what? Once I had that in my head, I was like, I want to make it myself. It'll help me keep the prices lower. And that was the main goal. So I just kind of switched everything around, and then I was able to come up with a starter pack. And we did change a couple things. We put do you have 187s there? Is that what that?
I do. I was about to show you. So yeah, guys, I don't have that padding in here.
Yes,
I don't have any of that. There's a little bit of padding, but not much.
And then those are riveted in. So right when those are done, you can either glue new caps on top of them or buy a new pair. But ours are the Velcro compatible, right? So as you're sliding and they're starting to get old, you can just pop this Velcro off and put a new one on. And then so another feature that I had to have was interchangeable padding, right? So
yes.
Once your pads get dirty and worn down, with ours, it's just this really nice, I don't know if you guys can see this good, but it's basically like this pocket sleeve, right? And this is another huge difference from your 187. So with this pocket sleeve, you can essentially just take the actual pad out, right? So this is essentially going to be your padding part, right? So that's what's inside of your knee pad. Okay.
See, I don't have that. Can't take it out, guys. Showing you right now.
So that was another thing.
Cannot take that out unless you want to cut the fabric and tear it up.
Exactly. So it's padded on the sides. It's also got exactly where your knee is going to hit. It's got that extra added padding. And then this little guy, you can take out and you can put it in the washer, and you can be a clean slider and not stinky.
Yeah, I can't throw this in here. I can't throw this in my wash machine. It'll destroy it. So guess what I have to do? I got to take it outside and manually soak these and scrub them, which fine, whatever. But I like yours where it's a little bit more convenient.
Absolutely. So yeah, you just pop that little sleeve out. You throw them in the wash. I would probably not put them in the dryer. I'd probably just let them air dry. Just because there is a little bit of plastic parts on there. But yeah, that was another thing. I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do this, I'm just going to do exactly what I would want out of a pad. I want to be able to wash it. I want to be able to remove the padding. We don't sell this because nobody's really had complaints of this padding going bad. But I guess we'll find out a few years down the line. We're still only a couple years in. But if down the line that becomes a thing, then we can just replace the inside padding. So again, hasn't been an issue yet, but just super easy and convenient. And just like that, your pad's back to normal. It smells fresh, and you don't have to deal with any of the bull crap. And that's basically what we wanted. Just easy, and it's compatible with 187 knee caps. It's compatible with Smith scabs. Anything that's Velcro caps, which typically most of them are, it'll be fully compatible. So that was another thing. So the starter pack was on my mind. I was going to do it with the 187 pads, but I was like, you know what? I want to be able to put, as much money back into the business and as much money back into the haunt community as I can. And with the 187s and the MSRP that they were going to do, it was like, it would have worked, but I just wanted to make it my own. I wanted to get away from the skateboarding brand and putting money into that industry and put it into the slide industry, the haunt industry, and allow us to donate stuff and do our fun little giveaways, which we're probably going to do one here today.
Yes, we are going to do one right here shortly. Yeah. So Devin, I'm glad that finally someone has thought outside the box. Cause for me, I had to buy the sleeves that had the memory foam for my knees and then put my pads over that. Why now that's all built into your gear. And obviously your stuff seems to actually take a lot better beating than most gears. Cause if you see my knee pads, they're torn up, and that last pair is only about 2 years old. While here's my other pair that a little bit older than that. So these, I want to say, is about 5 years old. They're still good.
Yep.
But they're definitely, they're really looking all raggedy there. And they're gross. I have to douse them in Lysol all season until season ends, so I can finally take them home and soak them and actually, hand wash them. Well, I know that's convenient. Now I don't have to do that anymore. That's
I'm in California, so we have some early Octobers that are like still 90 degrees, like 95 degrees. It is hot as hell. And I am a sweaty mess. It's not fun. So that's why I was like, my pads stink. I need to wash these things. In the 187s, I actually cut the inside of my 187 so I could take that pad out. And that's what got me thinking, you know what? I should probably just make it easier to take these pads out without cutting them. And that worked out.
And how you can make your gear both spark or non-spark without actually have to take your gear off. You just take the pieces off and then switch them out. That's what I like too. No longer of like, okay, yeah, I can't wear my gloves when I'm operating a chainsaw or be anywhere near my chainsaws because they're gas powered. But now it's like, okay, well, now you got a better decision where actors that are working around chainsaw or there possibly is gasoline on the blacktop, it'd be like, hey, you can't have the sparks on because you don't want to create a fire hazard, but you can still slide and do all your fun tricks without possibly turning into the Human Torch.
Absolutely. And yeah, compatibility was really our main thing. So you can move your sparking pucks to non-sparking, and also you don't even have to have a puck on it if you don't want. You could just, a slider glove essentially can be a clacker too if you're using your chainsaw, right? You don't have to have a puck on it. You could still get a nice closed grip on there, and you don't have to deal with any puck if you don't want to. But yeah, there are some others that like to glue, and it's stuck. So it kind of sucks that you are in that spot where it's like, okay, well, I can make a non-sparking or a sparking glove, and they only work for that because they're E6000 on. Or you could just make it Velcro compatible, and then you just pop it off, and you can have the same pair do both.
Now, are you ever going to put sparks on the toes, on the toe pucks?
Yeah. So sparking toes and sparking fingers are in the works. Probably saying too much, but yes, that is in the works. That is a Slider Jesus exclusive right there. That nobody talked about. It's coming.
Because I was about to ask that too. I was like, you have it on the pads.
We got the sparking guy.
You have it on the palms, but do we have it on the tips of the fingers or on the toes? Just, anywhere. Next thing you know, you guys are going to be doing shin guards with sparks.
Work in progress. Why not? We're making it all spark.
Everything sparks. Next thing you know, you're going to have headgear.
I actually, there's a funny meme I think I posted, but there's this, I don't even know what it is, but there's this metal nose tip. And it's
Oh,
like a, I don't know if it's like a designer thing or something. It's like a beauty thing. But this lady makes them, and they're just metal, and they go right around the nose. I was like, oh, who's doing the nose slide? Let's go, first one. Just slide on your nose. So I was like,
someone's
ooh,
gonna do it.
I
Probably
know.
Dalton. Probably Dalton. If Dalton's watching, yes, Dalton
Yep,
will probably be
yep.
the first one.
I'm gonna make a nose cap for him. He could do a nose slide.
He's the only slider that I know that will do it with like no hesitation. It would be like, here you go. All right.
Absolutely.
And then elbow sparks.
Elbow sparks. So don't have elbow sparks yet. And elbow pads are used sometimes. I just feel like the market is so small for them. There is a select few, so it's like taking the niche and making it even more niche. And so I haven't dove into elbow pads yet. But if it gets to the point, we will venture into it. But it's just I don't see a ton of people in elbow pads.
It's definitely a future. It's definitely a future for people that want to learn how to slide on their elbow. Believe it or not, people do it.
Yeah, I mean, Dalton does this. He's got this video where he was like handstanding and he's like on his elbows. It's like, but how many people could do that? Not me, that's for sure.
I can't do it, not without help. If someone wants to hold my legs up, yeah,
exactly.
We'll give it a shot.
Push me.
Yep, small market for that, but it's definitely an idea for the future.
Absolutely. Shoot, I want to have it all eventually.
All right, so let's get into our giveaway.
Let's do it. All right, so for this giveaway, guys, I will ask a question, and let's say the first person to reply with the right answer will win a pair of our Sparking Surge pucks. These are compatible with the Sinister Slide Gear gloves or any other glove that has a Velcro palm. If you have a glove that you like that is not a Velcro palm, you can basically go to like Home Depot, grab some really heavy duty adhesive Velcro, slap it on there, and then it'll essentially be compatible with these. Or you could remove this Velcro off the back of this and E6000 it on, whatever your liking is. So, question being, it looks like D Sense is live in the chat. He might be the one to get this here. Who was the latest sponsor that Sinister Slide Gear brought on? Who was our last sponsor that we brought on a couple weeks ago?
If you've been watching, clues have been given multiple times.
Clues have been given, and it was announced on our Instagram. Oof, tough is not the correct answer. We'll give some clue. Oh, there it is. Nice. Oh, Brian got it. Brian Backstein. Yes, that is correct. It was Slider Jesus, the one and only. So, Brian, if you don't follow us on Instagram, shoot me a message there or TikTok, whatever's more convenient for you. Sinister Slide Gear. I will get your address and we will send these bad boys out to you. I think I have red or black in stock right now, and I'll throw in some stickers and some goodies with it.
Everybody loves the goodies.
Got to have the goodies.
I have so many freaking stickers. They're just on everything, on all my traveling cases, my chainsaw cases, a couple of my pitchers that I bring to Transpo, because, you know, all of us haunters like to sit around and drink. So I have stickers covering that. I have stickers all over my makeup cases, my compression, the actual compressor for my makeup, and the case it carries in.
Absolutely. I spend way too much on goodies. I buy stickers and pins and keychains and anything I could. I'm like
All
freaking
the
Bucky's.
all
I'll
the
put my logo on anything. I'm like, send it. Let's go. I love
yes,
it. Air fresheners.
all the
They got all kinds of
all the
silly
stuff.
shit. Yeah, I
Oh my
just
god,
give them
all the
away.
pins. I
Yeah,
ran out of
I
room
just
for
give
the
that stuff
pins.
away. I love it.
Patches I like. I will take patches because I have
Got
my
that?
vest and I still got plenty of room on that. But like, people keep handing me the pins, and I'm like, guys, I literally have nowhere else to put these pins.
Oh, I'll send you some patches.
Hell yeah.
I got some patches, definitely. I actually have a
yeah.
couple of different logos too. When I was first starting, I kind of messed around with a couple different logos, and so now I just kind of do them as like one-off little trinkets to give away at the conventions. It's like a Trans World exclusive patch or something I'll do. So
Hell yeah.
I'll
No,
get you
I
some.
love patches. I will take patches. I have my vest that I'm almost done with. It's over there. I'm not going to grab it. I don't feel like getting up out of this chair. And it's full on the back, but I'm putting up the hood, and then now the front of it needs to be filled up. So yes, I will take
Sweet.
patches.
Awesome. I got you.
All right, I got one more video, and then we'll go ahead and end this live feed.
Sounds
So
good.
this was my last video I did at Blood Prison.
Is that a gas chainsaw?
That is my gas chainsaw.
Nice.
So that chainsaw is a 55cc. It's 50 pounds. And that's a 30-inch blade.
Yeah, I was going to say that thing looks big. That's a big chainsaw.
That's my big monster there. I have two of them at that size. So, because I remember I posted that, and Slider Jesus got on there and he's like, "That's a big saw, Sammy. I know how tall you are. So that's a big saw." And I'm like, I know it looked tiny when the Warden's Widow picked it up, though. She's so tall.
Oh, absolutely.
She picked it up like, look at this cute toy. And I'm like, girl, stop. Oh my gosh.
That's on my list to go to as well. Blood Prison. I really want to check
Blood Prison is amazing.
So
cool. My God. At the old Ohio Reformatory where they filmed the Shawshank Redemption, it's just, God, the building is beautiful. They keep it in such great condition. You walk through, everything is maintained. It doesn't look crepitated. Like if you've been to other prisons, so like Missouri State Penitentiary, it's really starting to go looking bad. Like it's scary, it's spooky, it's awesome, but it's like this poor building. You guys don't take care of it. Same with Eastern State Penitentiary. It's just slowly starting to fall apart. While Ohio's, no, it looks really good in its condition. And all the stories are legit. It is truly eerie. It is haunted, but it's so fun out there. The haunted attraction is amazing. Vic has got an amazing crew out there. Obviously, the famous Warden Widow's out there with her team, and it's just, it's amazing. It's a bucket list haunt. Definitely, you need to see Devin.
Love it.
All right, this episode was brought to you by Woods of Terror. Check out woodsofterror.com. Unfortunately, the Halfway to Halloween event has passed, but Media Night and Haunt Season is upon us. So if you want to check out Woods of Terror this season, they are also on the Legendary Haunt Tour this year coming in this November. Check out woodsofterror.com. Get your tickets now. All right, Devin, thank you so much for joining me this evening in Sinister Slide Gear, talking about everything that sliders need.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm happy to be on the Halfway to Halloween show too.
I know.
And Woods of Terror. That's great. Thank you so much.
All right, everyone. Tune into the next episode of Into the Fear. That is going to be May 31st, literally the Sunday before MHC. Tune in then. We'll see you guys later. I'm your host, Chainsaw Sammy. Stay scary, guys.